You do not need to spend $1 million to own a real hypercar. That idea is finished. The 2026 Chevrolet Corvette ZR1X has 1,250 horsepower. It goes from 0 to 60 in under 2 seconds. It runs the quarter mile in under 9 seconds. And it starts at just over $207,000. Now, $207,000 is not a small amount of money, but Bugatti Chiron costs around $3.9 million. A Rimac Nevera is $1.2 million. A Ferrari SF90 Stradale is close to $800,000. The ZR1X does things those cars do, and in some areas it does things they cannot, at a fraction of the cost. I did not lease this car. I did not get it from a press fleet. I paid full price for it. Today I will tell you exactly why I did that, and what this car is actually like to own and drive. The Corvette has had several versions in the current C8 generation. There's the base Stingray, then the Z06, then the E-Ray Hybrid, and then the ZR1. Each one adds more power, more technology, and more price. The ZR1X sits above all of them. It is Chevrolet's answer to the question of what an American hypercar should look like. The engine sits behind the passenger seats because this is a mid-engine car. It is a hand-built 5.5-liter LT7 twin-turbocharged V8. That engine alone makes 1,064 horsepower and 828 pound-feet of torque. No other V8 built by an American manufacturer has ever made that much power. Chevy then added the electric front drive unit from the E-Ray model and connected it to the front axle. That unit adds 186 horsepower and 145 pound-feet of torque. The total combined output is 1,250 horsepower with all-wheel drive. This is a hybrid hypercar built in America, and it starts at $207,000. 0 to 60 miles per hour in under 2 seconds. The Bugatti Chiron Supersport takes 2.3 seconds to do the same. The Lamborghini Revuelto and the Ferrari SF90 Stradale both take around 2.5 seconds. The ZR1X is faster than all of them off the line. The quarter-mile time is 8.99 seconds on a closed course. That is under 9 seconds. Purpose-built drag cars run times like that. The ZR1X does it, and then you could drive it home on a normal road. The car weighs 3,914 pounds in coupe form, which is heavier than the Z06 because of the hybrid battery and motor. But that electric motor on the front axle is not just adding power. It is adding grip. Torque goes to the front wheels instantly, which gives the car stability and cornering precision that a rear-wheel drive car at this power level simply cannot match. The transmission is an 8-speed dual-clutch automatic. There is no lag between gears. Shifts happen immediately and cleanly. The brakes are carbon ceramic with 10-piston front calipers and 6-piston rear calipers. At the speeds this car reaches, stopping matters as much as accelerating. The car has a stealth mode, which is a full electric-only drive setting. In that mode, there is no engine sound at all. The car moves quietly and smoothly. You would not know from the outside that you were sitting in something with 1,250 horsepower. When you press the throttle past a certain point, the V8 starts and the turbochargers build boost. The acceleration is immediate and very strong. The front end does not lift or lose traction because the electric motor is sending torque to the front wheels at the same time. The car stays flat and straight. I have driven a number of fast cars over the years, and the ones that scare you usually do so because the power is difficult to manage. The ZR1X does not feel that way. It makes the power feel controlled, and that actually makes you want to use more of it. The EAWD system monitors traction at each wheel and adjusts constantly. In corners, the car stays planted in a way that does not feel like it should be possible given the weight and power. On a closed course section, I ran the car through some faster sections, and it did not feel like a nearly 4,000-pound machine. It felt lighter and more precise than the numbers suggest. The sound of the twin-turbo V8 at full boost is different from a naturally aspirated engine. It builds gradually and then hits hard. It is a sound that fits the car. Inside the car, there are 3 screens. A 14-inch digital instrument cluster sits directly in front of the driver. A 12.7-inch touchscreen handles the infotainment system in the center. A new 6.6-inch screen sits to the left of the steering wheel and gives you access to drive modes, hybrid system data, and performance information without looking away from the road. The center console has been redesigned for 2026. There is a structural grab handle that is useful when cornering hard. The wireless charging pad is covered and easy to access. The HVAC controls move below the infotainment screen, which opens up the dash area and makes everything feel less crowded. The competition sport bucket seats hold you in place properly when you are driving at speed. The materials throughout the cabin are good. There is carbon fiber trim, quality stitching, and soft surfaces where they should be. This does not feel like a bare-bones sports car. It feels like a car that was designed to be driven every day as well as on a track. The built-in performance app shows real-time data, including lap times, 0 to 60 tracking, and power output while you're driving. OnStar is included and active for 8 years, which covers remote access, status monitoring, and connected services. Every part of the exterior of the ZR1X serves a function. The front carbon fiber splitter pushes air to create downforce at speed. The side air inlets channel cooling air to the mid-mounted engine. The rear wing manages airflow to balance drag on straight sections and add grip through corners. Carbon fiber is standard on the front splitter, rocker panels, side air inlets, and the rear window surround. It is lighter than steel and stronger. At this level of performance, reducing weight in key areas makes a measurable difference. There is an optional carbon fiber aero package available for $10,495 that adds more aerodynamic components. A Quail Silver Limited Edition package is also available for $14,995, which includes a set of visual upgrades that make the car stand out at any event. The car is available in both coupe and convertible body styles. The design looks purposeful and aggressive without being overdone. For a car starting at $207,000, it carries the visual presence of something that costs several times more. Bugatti Chiron Supersport, $3.9 million. The Chiron makes 1,578 horsepower from a quad-turbocharged W16 engine and reaches a top speed of 273 miles per hour. The ZR1X top speed is around 212 miles per hour. But from standing start to 60 miles per hour, the Chiron takes 2.3 seconds and the ZR1X does it in under 2. You're spending 19 times more money on the Bugatti and it still loses off the line. Ferrari SF90 stradale, $800. The SF90 is a plug-in hybrid making 986 horsepower. It reaches 60 miles per hour in around 2.5 seconds. The ZR1X has 264 more horsepower and is faster to 60. The Ferrari carries the brand name, the Italian heritage, and the exclusivity. On raw performance numbers, the ZR1X is ahead. Lamborghini Revuelto, $600,000. The Revuelto uses a hybrid V12 making 1,001 horsepower and hits 60 in about 2.5 seconds. The ZR1X has more power, gets there faster, and costs roughly a third of the price. Porsche 911 Turbo S, $230,000. The 911 Turbo S makes 640 horsepower and does 0 to 60 in 2.6 seconds. The ZR1X is significantly faster in a straight line. The 911 has decades of refinement, more everyday usability, rear seats, and a strong reliability record. For daily driving comfort and practicality, the 911 still makes a case. For outright performance, the ZR1X is not close. The ZR1X competes with and beats cars that cost 2 to 20 times more money. It is built in America, covered under a standard manufacturer's warranty, and serviced at Chevrolet dealers. That is a combination no other hypercar offers. The person who buys a ZR1X knows exactly what they're doing. They have driven expensive European cars, and they understand the performance numbers. They're not buying a car for the badge. They're buying it because nothing else at this price comes close to what it delivers on the road or on the track. Track day drivers who want to put serious cars to shame without spending supercar money will find this car very hard to beat. The EAWD system and the traction management software make it manageable even at high speeds, which means you can actually use what the car has to offer without needing professional driving experience. There are some real-world considerations. Availability is limited and demand is high. Some dealers added markups over the suggested retail price at launch, though on average buyers have been getting around 5.8% below sticker price. Getting one may take time. The Chevrolet brand does not carry the same cultural status as Ferrari or Lamborghini in some circles, and that matters to some buyers. For the person who looks at performance per dollar and wants the most capable car they can buy for the money, there is no stronger argument in 2026 than the ZR1X. The 2026 Corvette ZR1X is the most powerful Corvette ever made and one of the most capable production cars on sale anywhere in the world right now. It has 1,250 horsepower, all-wheel drive, 0 to 60 time under 2 seconds, and a quarter-mile time under 9 seconds. The interior has 3 screens, quality materials, and real everyday usability. Every engine is hand-built at the Bowling Green Performance Build Center in Kentucky. All of that starts at $207,000, while cars with similar or lower performance numbers start at $600,000 and go up to nearly $4 million. I paid full price because after looking at everything available at this level of performance, nothing else made the same sense. Every time I drive it, the performance is exactly what the numbers say it will be. There is no disappointment, no gap between the marketing and the reality. Is it better than a Bugatti? In straight-line acceleration, yes. In top speed, no. In value for money, it is not a competition. There are different cars for different purposes, but the ZR1X does things that used to require spending 10 to 20 times more money, and it does them reliably in a car built with a factory warranty and a real dealer network behind it. If you're considering one, contact your Chevrolet dealer soon. Production is limited, and these are moving quickly. A full track session breakdown and a 6-month ownership update are coming in the next video.